Hi, I'm Jack Martin.
And I'm Charlie Farrugia.
Hi, I'm Sebastian Gurciullo.
Hi, I'm Lauren Bourke.
And we're here to answer your questions for Family History Month. And the next question is, how far back do your divorce records go? Charlie, how would you answer that one?
Well, it's a very simple one. Our records go back to the early 1860s, which is apparently when the Supreme Court took over responsibility for divorce. Apparently from entities known as ecclesiastical courts.
And so knowing that they go back to the 1860s, it's obviously, we've got quite a lot of records. You can use our divorce records page to do a search for records relating to either Melbourne, sort of Melbourne and metropolitan area, or to Ballarat. As you can see, there's a couple of different searches here, and we'll be adding even more data as time goes by, so we can make this into a simple name search for as many of these searches as possible. So if you were successful and you found a record through this search and ordered it up, what sort of things do you think you would find in that record, Sebastian?
Well, the kinds of things that you'll find, it's a bit like a court case. You find things like the petition stating that there was a grievance. So divorce back then was a bit different to how it's sort of done now. I guess there was an idea of somebody being at fault. So there's a grievance, and then you'd find things like supporting statements by the person who was petitioning to get divorce. There'd be a formal answer by the other party, and in cases where adultery is involved, both parties to the adultery would be summoned. There'd be further affidavits in support of that answer, and orders by the court directing who's to pay the costs of the case, and then an order by to the clerks of the court to produce a writ containing what would be the formal decree made by the justice, and often a summary of the decision. Not all cases were heard. Sometimes they were withdrawn before the hearing or otherwise settled. And something else to keep in mind is that as with other types of records, when you're searching records of PROV, it's sometimes possible to do searches on newspapers to get details about divorces that can help you do a search on our online search page. Things like dates and names and that sort of thing. And
as with all searches that you do, you'll probably commonly experience this when you do research, sometimes you're not going to be successful. And Lauren, what are some reasons why you might not be successful doing this search?
Well, with the divorces, I guess something to keep in mind is that people didn't always have formal marriages or go through a formal divorce process, particularly when you consider the adversarial nature of the divorce process in Victoria in the past, and that need to provide some kind of cause. If you didn't have that and couldn't provide the evidence, then you wouldn't actually be able to go through the court process to get the divorce. And the other thing to keep in mind, as we've mentioned before, is that at the moment we have records that relate to Melbourne and Ballarat. So it's possible that if you're looking at other parts, find a case in the PROV collection.
Thanks, Lauren. That's all from us on this question, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.